Hey, Twitch, say hi to YouTube. YouTube, say hi to Twitch. It's that time. It's that time. Y'all, look, the candidates are here. Round one was today. In fact, right, if we check the schedule, let's go back and look at the schedule. Boom. Round one, okay, round one was today, which is not up anymore. They took it down, but round two is the 18th, which is tomorrow at 9 a.m. 9 in the morning. I'm gonna be able to watch that. Oh my goodness. I hope y'all hype to watch it, guys. But we're doing a recap right here. So this is the recap here for our channel here. So you guys can get the full recap. I was able to watch a lot of it too as well. I was able to watch a good portion of it at chess.com and all the coverage that was covered there. Game I want to start with actually is this Yan game, bro. This one right here. Bruh. Woo! Man, boy, this was crazy. I mean, if y'all haven't seen it, right? If you're watching from YouTube, you ain't seen it, man, you went for a treat. But if you already seen this, you already know what happened. It was absolutely bananas. I'm gonna look at it from Jan's point of view. This is actually not the game right here. This one right here. This game. We're gonna look at it from Jan's point of view because it got crazy. So let's see what it was. I'm actually gonna move this. Reason why I like to click this, if you see what I'm doing here. I'm not actually paying attention to the votes at all. I mean, you can, you can. But what I like to do actually, and I'm showing you what to do at some high level study here, is actually I don't want to look at the moves at all. Bruh. I actually want to only look at the moves in the analysis when we get to a certain point. So you can learn to see what they're actually doing. So you don't have to sit here in analysis and check and look at the line the whole time. Oh, the engine said this. Bruh. Oh, the engine said that. Bro, look at it, right? See what they did. And then maybe check later with the engine. But not immediately keeping it on like this. So this is a tip for you, right? So this is very good to do. I also don't like to see the moves on the side because it's showing stuff and all this other stuff. So what I'll do is I'll keep it like here and I'll go through the moves and then I choose when I want to look at that. 1,000 Bits from Dirty Harvard says, you ever wake up in the morning and think you were meant to do something extraordinary? Extraordinary. In fact, absolutely. And that right there, that is actually what I'm doing right now for you guys. That's exactly what it is. So shout out to you, Chads. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Yeah, this is what I was meant to do. Extraordinary is to present this to you right now. Good year. Thanks for the tier 1. So let's look at this game. Here we go. We got Big Ding Loren over here and Jan the Pomniachi. Dead man. All right, here we go. We got C4, E5, and actually English, right? So C4 and then you got E5. And I like how he played this, right? Shout out to the C3 Sicil for the kill people. Or C3 Sicilians. In fact, I'm going to put that in the chat and in the description. That course is still available at my site over here. But C3 Sicilian, guys, honestly, you funny, bro. They are actually somebody hit. Yeah, I've said I repeated somebody else too. Said it. It was kind of funny. That's why I said it. But honestly, guys, all he did was play the C3 Sicilian backwards. That was it. It was great. I think it was brilliant to me. I think it was brilliant. That because I like the C3 Sicilian a lot. I mean, obviously, right? I know C3 Sicilian for the kill, right? So when he did this, I was like, oh, I already know the route he's going. This is very high level stuff, right? Especially like, if you want to play something really combative and like, especially if you know the Alapin too, it's really nice. So E4, right? This is literally the reverse C3 Sicilian. Knight D4, D5. Then he takes with the queen. You could take with the pawn. There's also a knight F6 here too. But you're literally playing the reverse C3 Sicilian. It's so sweet, bro. But this G3 is included, which is kind of different sometimes. But queen takes D5, playable, and he plays it. Knight to C2, Maroczy bind fashion. Honestly, this is all theory, to be honest. So we're going to fly through this stuff, right? Knight F6, Knight C3, and then Queen E5. You can also go Queen F5. And then Bishop G2, Knight A6, still theory, Knight C5. You don't want to block this bishop. And this bishop goes to E7. D6, it blocks. Bishop C5 is too far. You get hit with weird stuff. Right, so Bishop E7 is the right placement. I already like black. It's very nice. Very nice. Nice development, castling. It's awesome to play this against the English. Castles and bishop to E7. You can also try to run this H-pawn up like this. Richard Report actually has games that are similar. They're like a Dutch type position. Actually, I think they are Dutches, in fact. Pawns on E6, F5. Knight goes to E4. Queen, I think, is centralized. And he plays H5, H4, and G5. Very aggressive, as you would see him do. But let's see. Someone in the chat says B3, Bishop B2. Yeah, this is definitely playable, but it's slow. Because the queen is already here, so you have to know plans and ideas, right? And also themes from other openings that can happen. And what you'll see that Jan did in this game is exactly what I'm about to say right here. Like you can bring the queen to H5, Bishop H3, Knight G4. You see that a lot in the Grand Prix type positions where the rook F5, try to open it, sack, and all this other stuff. You see this, so this is already trying to line up for it. And after knight e3, you see a castle first, get the king out the center, and then he played rook e8, and then he moved knight g4. But he put his queen on h5, which is right here. It's like 5 moves, right? But he put his queen on h5. And his knight g4 move, actually, though, which rook e8 is more of just prophylaxis. Also, it's always a good move generally to make, putting a rook on e8. And knight g4, that one, I've like, this is where I was out of theory. Like, here, I was just not expecting this at all. And here, I'm actually going to stop and see. Let's actually see from a human standpoint. Queen h5 definitely stands out. Bishop maybe d7 or e6. Knight c7 because this knight's not ideally placed. Maybe trying to go here. But let's see what the engine says. Engine says bishop f8, knight c7, and knight g4. So knight g4 is move number 3 on the engine here. But definitely not. I mean, like, that's a beautiful idea. I mean, it really is something different. Knight g4. You would think, though, me thinking about this, honestly, I like that the knight is here blocking everything. So this is why I just don't like knight g4. Bishop f8, I mean, okay, it does defend this pawn. And knight c7 I like because I like to follow even Jacob Agar's material of what is the worst place piece, right? And they also say if you have one bad piece, your whole position can be bad, right? So knight a6 is a terrible piece. Like, it's terrible. What is it doing here? So move it back to the center. It makes total sense. But knight g4 I've actually not seen, so this is pretty nice. Send you the all right. Showed up late and send you the stretcher early move. Exactly. You showed up late, so we send you the stretcher move. It's knight g4. Says Chess Lover. Right. So let's go back to it. So he plays this knight g4. I thought this was extremely interesting. And then bishop b2 over here. Being saw maiden one, he's better than me. What up? Casting is for betas in the chat. What's good with you, big fella? So queen h5, right? He hitting h2. I saw this, and I spent some time looking at this game because I think this one to me was just the most aggressive game. And I like these type of games. And this was very, very like appealing to me. I really like this game a lot. So bishop f6, right? It puts pressure. You can't take, obviously. But it's still equal as you see eval bar here. Queen c2. He's hitting the pawn. Interesting. What do you play here? So now the pawn's hanging. Is he going to take it? I think he is, actually. So what do you do about that? What up? Goo, yep. Thanks for the 3-piece. 3 months. Time to increase my chess skills. Sheesh, big fella. You're at the right channel, my guy. That's what we're doing. We're analyzing the candidates right now. Analyzing round 1. We're just looking at the games, trying to see what we can grab from it as well. Talk about it. Round 2 is tomorrow, 9 a.m. So we're looking at the most, I think this is like game of the day for real. Especially for me, it's just an awesome game. So he took on e3. Okay, so he took on e3, cleared the way. Now we have g5 possibilities, but this pawn is an issue. Do we defend it or not is the question. He does. Bishop f5 and knight a4. Knight a4 with knight c5. I think this is where we reroute, but this is hanging first, so we need to deal with it. So we trade knight c7, knight d5, or knight e6. I think this is where he went rook e6. He went rook e6 with the idea of going like this with g5. Rook d1, g4, yeah, g5. Thanks for the follow. Good, not great. All right, and he went knight d5. So he closed it up. Very nice. This knight went from a6 to d5. He is definitely happy here. But this, I mean, you're very happy with the black pieces because from the English standpoint, this is not the English you were looking for at all. I mean, this is weak. I mean, weaknesses around your king. I can play g5. I'm rook lifted. I have all the play and activity. And then rook to d4, and I think the engine went crazy here because I think I remember looking at this. G5 was the move. Let me see. Is g5 the move right now? Perfect. Okay. So g5 is a move, but I don't want to look at the engine telling us the move. So after g5, I was curious to see, of course, obviously, what happens on take. Oh, did I look at this? I think I looked at this with a student earlier. Shout out to him. But I think I looked at this with a student earlier. I think if bishop takes. Yeah, we looked at this. Wow, it's crazy. We looked at this, and then the problem was rook takes e4 and rook takes and queen g6, which was nuts. This is like absolutely banana stuff. Like, this is why bishop takes doesn't work, because you would think he would take with the bishop, but in fact it's rook takes e4. So you can keep the pin here, right, on the rook, and you play queen to g6 to hit the rook. So now f3 looks absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know what the follow-up would be here. Knight takes e3 runs into here, so you probably take here. Oh, sorry, that's a mouse slip. Pawn takes is nice with queen g3 ideas. This is gross. This is absolutely gross. Good luck in the I Am Not a Gym tournament from a fellow Michigander. Appreciate you. Thanks for the love. Yes, sir. We in here. 20th is going down. Swinging the saber. As usual. Another day in the office. That rook is blocking with his face. 100%. Face block is there. 100%. So, g5, though. But then after pawn takes, I'm curious. Let's look at this. I'm not going to look at the engine yet. I'm assuming it's queen takes because we can't go rook here. But if queen takes, do we still have bishop takes? Let's look. Calculation, COE, right? COE. We plug the merge, right? We plug the merge. COE, calculate. Calculation over everything here. So queen takes g5, bishop takes e4, rook takes, queen g6. It's still the same. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Okay, let's see. Queen takes, bishop takes. And how we would know is if the eval bars start going crazy. Bishop takes, rook takes, queen g6. Same idea. Works. Works. Okay. So after queen g5 then, g5, snap those, queen g5. Wait, something. Oops. Okay, g5, right? Takes, and then move this over. What do we do? How will we get out of this? What about a knight d2? Threatening knight takes. Wow. Engine is going crazy, but is knight takes e3 possible? Takes. What if I take this? I am about to take this right here. I'm going to do it. Eval bar didn't say nothing crazy. I knew it. Knight takes e3 is beautiful, bro. Look at this move, right? Takes, obvious move, of course. Come on, get this man off the board, right? I mean, this is a family channel, right? Not today. Ooh, wow. So let's go back. But knight takes e3 and then like king somewhere. Or like, I don't know. This is terrible, right? Like, this is terrible. Queen's hanging. What is this? Like, what is this? So he's not going to play 92. Wow. So this is, he was calculating, obviously, this. Or at least as much as he could. But Jan played h6. No problem. Don't cry, Wolf. No problem. I definitely wanted to cover these for everyone. Especially YouTube, too, as well. YouTube, the YouTube people that aren't watching Twitch. So, h6. h6 with the g5 idea. But yeah, and he can play it whenever. I like the patience from Jan here. I remember analyzing this and really looking deeply, and it was like, yo, his patience was just honestly very, very good. The patience you had to prepare g5, because you really just want to play g5, play g5, play g5. But he like waited like 5 moves, I think. Queen d2, right? And he went rook e8. Right, what the engine like here? Let me refresh. Oops. Okay, let's go back. Oh, come on, bro. Oh, okay, we go. Yeah. Okay, so here, rook a8 was right. Okay, so rook and g5 was another move, but that's like a big difference, +2 difference. Rook e8, and put the last piece in the game. King h2, and then bishop g4, so he hits e2, right? Very h6, very sober, exactly. Very similar to King's Indian attack ideas, with the strong point being the e pawn. In fact, correct. It's like they flipped colors. If you think about this, right, when you play this, when you play the English in this manner, it is a reverse Sicilian. Yes, you are a tempo down after c4, e5. It's a reverse Sicilian, so you're playing basically white, kind of, but you're down a tempo, right, because you're not playing white. So, but the pawn on e4, just like if a pawn on e5 would signify an attack on the king side, it does the same with the pawn on e4. I mean, rather this being any opening, pawn on e4 signifies obviously king side attack. So we go for it. Okay, bishop g4, and then he goes knight h4, which is attacking b7. Rook f6. Like, he still didn't play g5, bro. I was waiting for g5 for so long. King g1, and then he finally played g5. Engine is all like g5, like g5, g5, g5. And he doesn't play it. He waited like 5 moves, but then he finally gets g5 in. And I like it because look at the difference. The rook is on e8. Right, the bishop got to g4. This rook got to an ideal place, and g5 was always there to play. It was very nice. I am Rosen GM. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice g5 there from I am Rosen. That's a nice one. Little emote. All right. Knight takes b7, and he basically got sent to heaven right here. Immediately. I mean, eval bar says, what are you doing with your life? I mean, in fact, well, what is the defense? In fact, let's flip it. I mean, what do you even do? I mean, I guess defense, right? You calculation over everything. COE. You want to look at it from both sides, right? Rook takes e4. What's wrong with this? Rook takes. Bishop takes. Takes. I mean, am I really getting mated? If I'm like, yes, you are, absolutely. But how though? Is it? It must not be like. Okay, so that's right. This is right. Oh, is it the same thing? No, but that doesn't work. Okay, so wait. Sheesh. My king in the middle of the street, bro. They about to hit me with everything. This is a family channel. You know that, right? Pawn takes. Oh, snap. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, let's get this off the screen, bro. I don't even want to see this no more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, bro. Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, let's flip the board. Let's go back. Yeah, you're right. My bad. So, G5. G5. Knight takes B7. Yeah, I mean, let's. Hey, look, bro. You wasn't getting out of this one. You wasn't getting out of this one. G takes H4. And what I remembered here, this is where Casper always say, let's count the pieces in an attack. Actually, yeah. Count the pieces in an attack. That's a great video to watch. He plays H3. Rook takes E4. Pawn takes, right? And he sacks a rook. Like, oh my goodness, he sacked a rook. I love when they sacrifice the piece. So I look at this, right? And I remember even in my own time, this is what I recommend you do, right? You see how I still have it on vote? In your own time tomorrow, in the next round, when the next round happens, watch the game without looking at the engine the whole time, right? Try to watch the game without that. So it helps you. Now, of course, in certain periods, maybe turn the engine on, obviously, to look at it. But here, you can just, try to see and calculate, right? We're working on calculation to be a better player, COE. Calculation over everything. So king to G7, all right? He gets out of the way. And then I calculated, of course, he played F4. But in my mind, I'm calculating, why didn't he take on G2? Can anyone tell me, calculate, why doesn't he take on G2? What is he afraid of? Why doesn't King G2 work? Does anybody know? Mate in 2, actually. Okay, mate in 2. Interesting. Searching for checkers. Let me see. Where is that at? Mate in 2. Interesting. Rook sack. Gonna get mated. D2 queen. Blocks king from running. Rook takes F2. Never mind. That's okay. Searching for checkers. That's okay. You don't have to slap the back of your neck, because I was definitely about to make you do it. Garbage. But that's okay. It's okay. You saved yourself. Saved yourself. So, all right. In fact, king takes G2 is rook takes F2. 100%. King takes, hitting with a checky pool. What it do? Yikes. King F1 tries to stay in the game. You check him, and queen G1 mate. And I remember calculating this, right? Now, this is right. But still, you want to try to get this on your own without looking at the engine. So rook takes F2 is the idea. This is why he plays F4. F4, beautiful move, right? He has the tuck and roll here. But then after check, I'm out the way. And it's here, even here, I honestly spent like 3 minutes. I'm not even gonna lie. I spent like 3 minutes, and I was like, man, what do I do? Dang. What do I do, bro? Because I was thinking of everything else, looking at mates and this and that. Bro, you just take it. You just take the rook. Simple. You just take the rook. Yeah, because queen H2 doesn't work because rook G1. So it's queen. You just take the rook, bro. Like, you just take the rook. So and now you're threatening stuff like obviously this. But this is the end of the game. Like, this was actually the end of it. In fact, after F4 check, queen takes A1, and that was, oh no, sorry, that wasn't the end of the game. Queen A1, he went king takes G2, and then bishop H3, which was actually disgusting. Bishop H3 was gross, and he didn't take it. He was like, bro, you ain't about to do it. I don't even want to do this no more. Right? He resigned right here. To save this, do you think Ding had to play something like king H2 or rook H1 before Nepo went rook F6? Honestly, let's flip the board, right? And you want to look at the defense point of view. Okay, back here. So let's go where the eval bar is like fine. So queen D2 was a blunder, but I mean, apparently it's for the engine. So here we have to still see bishop takes E4 still runs and the rook takes E4. What can we do? Knight D2. What was wrong? Well, can we go knight D2 now? Remember, he was sacked. I sacked on E3. Oh, but queen E2. Queen E2. Bishop F1. Maybe queen back. Knight takes, rook takes. I don't know. I think knight D2 is a move. Takes bishop F1. Where does he go? Back? Then I could take, but I'm in a self-pin. But now I could go bishop D3. If rook takes, you double up. I go bishop D3. We trade everything off. I'm fine. Okay. I don't understand. Let's see, though. What's the move? So, knight D2, does it work or not? I do want to see what happens on knight D2. So, he just goes rook E8. But, I mean, it's not, you're still bad, right? It's still worse. But rook here and then queen C4. I'm not a fan. Like, my pieces are just bad. Like we were saying this earlier in the English. This wasn't the English you hoped for. It just has bad pieces. Down a pawn, but not made it. Yeah, you got a point there. Got a point. You got a point there. So, Look, yeah, that was tough. That was a crazy game. I mean, honestly, Jan played a great game there. This is a model game of people that want to play something against an English, right? I'm a big fan of different things against the English, and C3 Sicilian, me being a fan of that, I love the reverse part of it. Absolutely, especially there's new material out with all kinds of new moves and tactics involved. Man, there's some nasty stuff there. That was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet there. All right, perfect. Okay, so that one's there. I do want to briefly check these other ones too. So this one was not a lot of fireworks. I remember this was strange. In fact, Richard Report, right? I remember him having, bro, he was like lost out the opening or something, right? Knight takes, and this is again a strange one, right? I like this Sicilian. Bishop F4, I have never seen in my life. Never seen this move. Never ever seen it. This game was crazy, right? Takes, Bishop D3, I like the development. C4, I'm like, what is this? Man, they just make like let's move over here. Like, now let's move. Like, yo, this was a wild game. C5, and then I saw everybody in the chat like, bro, Richard Report about to get his head correct. Bruh. He getting smacked right now. Everybody was like, yo, he getting smacked. And honestly, the eval bar was like saying that. But as a practical chances as a human, so many things you have to figure out. It's hard, right? Bishop G5, Bishop G7. Right now, I mean, y'all see the engine say this boy is over. I mean, it's really bad. You're supposed to play Knight C3, but what I like to do is see why is it over? So let's see, Knight C3, H6, Bishop E3. I'm going to castle. I'm going to play Knight A4, Bishop C4, Queen C2, Rook A to D, Knight F4. Okay, Rook takes. Play Knight C5. My position is just better, and that is not enough a lot of times. This is why it's very hard, and this game still ended in a draw. It's good to understand that. You see the eval bar, absolutely White's crushing it. White's crushing it. But it's harder than you think. Yeah, the C5 square, yeah. Reading what this is saying, why this is 2.65, is saying, oh, I get the C5 square, and my pieces are better than yours. That is exactly why this is just better. But you're playing a human, and you have to be super accurate every time. So I can see how hard this could be for both sides, actually. Bishop E6, nice development. Now, White's definitely pressing. He played Knight A3. Understandable. Bishop E2. We're going to trade these boys. I'm not even thinking twice. I don't even know what my next move is, but I know I'm taking the queens, though. I know I'm taking the queens off. Now, this reminds me, if I flip the board here, this reminds me of a C3 Sicilian position that is completely fine for white and black. That usually always ends in the draw, or like it's very. Let me actually show y'all. I'm gonna give y'all some real theory here. Like we're going inside some theory real quick. Hold on. Let's go over here to live chess. Let's go over here to the little analysis board. Right. I'm gonna show y'all something. Watch this. Right. This position right here. So we're gonna go E4, C5, C3, Knight F6, C5 here, D4. Let's turn the lines off. Takes, I mean, you can do this a number of ways. Number of ways we reach this position. Best move right here is D takes C5, not Knight takes C3. So takes. Sorry, take with the Knight. Knight takes, pawn takes. We reach this position with whites. White is actually okay here. In fact, in the database, Bortnick, believe it or not, got wins even against he beat Jeffrey Jong here. Unbelievable. Like, with the white piece, right? So it's not always about the opening. That's one thing you do need to know. It is about calculation, COE, and different parts of the game, obviously. But with that being said, this type of position is exactly what this reminded me when we look at this position from the black side. So I was like, oh, this looked like a C3 Cecile for the kill with white, where it's that type of position. It's probably going to be a draw, is what I was saying. So yeah, we have the islands, but these are hard to target with the pieces you have. So if we go back here, I think in a way, humans like engine like, yo, you crushing. If you read this line, we didn't trade queens for a while. I think they ended up trading queens, but it was a while, right? And here we trade queens quite quickly, and then everything kind of diminishes, even after trading a rook too as well, right? The advantage I think more was with keeping the pieces on. So when the pieces come off, yeah, I got islands, but look at the king placement too. In game 101, my king actually is closer than yours as well. Yeah, I got islands, but I got an open file. It's compensation. It's balance. It's strange. Also, A2 is weak. You didn't take with the rook because of that reason, right? That's crazy. Nuts. He takes with the bishop, not the rook, because A2 is hanging. So it's actually equal in a way, practically. I think practical chances. King D7, bishop to E2, knight C8. And honestly, I mean, they just made moves, right? The D file is so strong, but I mean, what is he gonna do with the D file, right? Oh, nice. You have a nice D file here. Oh, nice, right? He missed rook D1, knight B5. So let me see. What is this? What idea did he miss here? Rook D1, knight B5. That's back here. Rook B1. Oh, wow, here. Oh, my goodness. Of course he missed this. Bro, who is about to play this? Garbage. Bro, if you play it, you cheating. You're cheating. He didn't find this. He didn't find... What you... Come on, bro. You got to get this man... Y'all got to give him some credit, okay? He missed rook d1, knight b5. Oh my goodness, he's garbage, right, bro? Get out of here. Well, nobody was finding that. Nobody's playing that, bro. You're cheating. Check his chair, man. Check your man. It's like checking, right? That's not playing. Nobody's playing that. Nobody's playing that. So he took with the bishop as a human probably would do. Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. Bro, that's a crazy line. That's insane. I mean, that's just nuts, bro. F6. Wow. That is ridiculous, dude. That is ridiculous. Man, what an idea. So bishop takes d1, and they get to here. I mean, that's crazy, Chad. Crazy. Didn't even see that idea there. King c7, bishop c4. And I think here was a concession in a way of like, all right, we about to trade. Or we about to, we play this out as a draw here. This is it's equal, man. Whoa, what happened here? Something happened. Interesting. C5. That was that bad? Rook D8 was that bad. Interesting. What was he supposed to do? King C6? That's hard. Let's flip it. King C6, you have Rook D8. I mean, I get active. But the problem is I am loose. What does that mean? Usually you don't want to be in a pin like this. But I can't go knight B7 and F7. So I'm not really that bad. I mean, that just don't seem that bad. That's crazy. Bro, A4 is just... I mean, look at this. Look at this. Chess is such a hard game. Chess is such a hard game. Bruh. Chess is so hard, bro. A4 is just... How is that +4? Like, A4. You know what I mean? Like, come on. A4, that's just ridiculous, dude. That's too much, man. And of course, he plays rook d3 and loses the advantage. But that's practical, dude. Practical. Like, let that man live, bro. Let him live, my guy. Let him live. Bishop d4. Check. And he took the pawn. He still didn't win this. Wow, that's interesting. I guess maybe my rook's kind of trapped, but not really. But but I can't move. Maybe I have to trade, but then... Okay, this is a kind of hard. It is. I can't make the pass, or he's kind of active. I mean, we can play this boy for a long time, though. Sandbag, and thanks for the follow. Please. Okay, rook a6, take. Wow, he traded that boy with confidence. With confidence. Hi from Canada. Canada in the building. Bishop takes, push. He traded that boy with some confidence there. Bishop b4. h5. Wow, yep, that's it. That's it, boys. That's it. It's a draw scheme. That's it. And they just kind of moved around. Yeah, nothing exciting anymore. Nothing exciting. How did dude lose? He didn't lose. This is a draw. It's ended in the draw. See? Yeah, it ended in the draw here. It was just, how did he draw? It wasn't an easy, like, engine says one thing, but the board and people say something else, right? Like, this was just different. But when you have to think, when you have initiative and you're attacking, queen trade is the last things you do. So, I mean, you may even be thinking queen c2 right now, just to not have any action on the file where I can trade the queen, you know what I mean? But as soon as queens come off, man, that's tough. That's very tough. Very, very tough there. That's that game. And then we have Ali Reza and Rajabov. I did catch this game. I caught Bishop takes a3 from Fallujah. I actually thought he played very well. I love the exchange sacrifice the young man put in here. I mean, it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful play. Let me flip the board here and check it. So, right, he played this. He played the Vienna Queen's Gambit, right, which is actually a pretty nice one. I was actually a fan of this as well because it's weird. It's weird lines to it. It's aggressive. Like you can do stuff. It's lots of play, to be honest, but it's sharp. It's very sharp. And I mean, of course, Fallujah would play something sharp here, right? Because there's lots of crazy stuff that happens. Knight b6. I remember this being theory. Knight c6. I remember this, right? I remember this stuff. Bishop e7, castles, rook b8. And here I'm like lost after theory. I don't remember this. So he plays knight a5. Nice move. I like this. Defending the pawn, maybe knight b3 stuff. Alireza rook sack was insane. Absolutely it was. We're about to talk about it. Knight to d5. I remember watching him playing it very confidently and quickly. Playing knight to d5. Rook d1, bishop a6, bishop d2, knight b3. I mean, this is great, right? Great pieces. I'm not mad. I think we get the pawn back now. Knight f4. He takes, and he took on b2, and there's the exchange sack, right? So here, right here is a very critical moment. This is very, very strong. Now, obviously, bishop takes. Maybe you can put the knight back on d5. I'm assuming black's just fine. But, I mean, white has way more active pieces. If we look at this, right, look how active. I mean, I don't even want to go knight back to d5. You see the engine likes white because everything's developed. I have everything out. Everything out. You have to figure out what to do with yours. Coordination is lacking. Yours are a little bit weaker than mine are. But objectively, I think it's practical, maybe equal as well here, too. Like, you know, because it's different. Different. But also we have that, you know, we have problems. And we could take, and we have the pawn, right? Yeah, we have the pawn. White's up a pawn, right? We have the pawn, right? I think we sacked the pawn. Didn't we? 3, 6, 3, 6, 7. Yeah. So the pawn, not a fan. Not a fan. And you can play this. Like it's Banco style. You know what I mean? Banco styles are like that. But in the Banco, you actually have to have activity. You gotta have a lot of activity in a Banco, obviously. This is not a Banco though. So rook takes b2. Only move here too by the engine. Rook takes. Spink, bishop takes, and then we play bishop d5, which this is beautiful because of diagonal and queen to a8, which you see in Queen's Indians, Queen's Gambit declines, London systems with the d6, e6 systems when you fin kettle the bishop. MVL likes that stuff too as well. And queen a8, and you put the queen on a long diagonal. Fallujah actually played this a lot. Very strangely enough, I've seen a lot of games with his queen on a8 and bishop on his diagonal. So it's he like really likes doing this. So he sticks to it. Bishop to d5. What a monster bishop, right? And he puts the queen on a8. Favorite square for his queen. Favorite square. He does. He does love the London. Big Bach from the block. Loves London. Yes, he does. Shout out to Bach. Bishop takes a3. I remember having a lesson with a student, and we were looking at bishop takes a3. It was like, and we actually calculated this ourselves, looking at the candidates while we were in the lesson. Bishop takes a3 was like, oh, we could take the bishop, right, and threaten, or take the pawn and threaten bishop b4. Knight g5, which was actually engine move too as well, with threats of knight f6, parried by knight g6, stopping it. h4, he don't care about none of that. Now that right there is spicy, my guy. Oh, wow. Bruh. He don't care about none of that. Interesting. Interesting. That make you sit up. Whoa, wait a second. So I can just do this. You're going to play h5, I'm assuming. I'm going to take it. You're going to take? Interesting. Can I play bishop b4? He plays it, bro. And they go for it. And they got here. Wow, so he just gave it back. All right, well, we good. Yeah, because it's about to get nasty, right? I mean, we good, right? Like, he just gave it back. h6 takes. Okay, hold on, bro. Whoa! Whoa, snap. Bro, what? What? Okay, hold on. Rook takes, knight takes. Is it really that bad? Did I really have to take with my king? Or is he just trolling? It really is the best move. What is wrong with rook takes? He plays g4 and then what? Rook c, bro. What? I'm sorry. What happens? Rook takes, knight takes, rook f5, g4. I can't go rook f8? Oh, because he plays like queen c2 in the rook's trap. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Yo, that's disgusting. Yo, calculation is so deep, bro. Look at this. Rook takes, knight takes. Rook f5, g4. You have nowhere to move the rook. So if you go rook f8, he just goes like queen c2, and you can't defend h7, and you can't go anywhere. This was the whole idea. That's why you had to take with the king, bro. That's disgusting. Wow, disgusting, bro. Insane. So he had to take with the king. After knight takes, now my king on e8, because king e7 runs into queen b4 check. Boy, that boy's sweating. That boy's sweating for real. Rajabov is not playing games. I'm telling you right now. Rajabov, if he catches fire, it's a wrap. If he's doing this kind of work right now, whoa. Rajabov is scary. This is honestly a scary man. I mean, I knew he was scary, but geez, man, like, Rajabov, bro, chill. I mean, hey, Fallujah, honestly, a beast for finding. He had to find everything. Look at the king on e8, and look at your king, and look at mine. Let's flip the board. Look at your king, and look at my king. It's a big difference here. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. He still drew this game. F3, king d7. Oh my goodness. What is he doing? This man is mad. Because he's second right. So I was playing Battle on Purpose in Norway. Interesting. Set of minefield for Fyro. He still got out alive. Whew. Wow. Yeah, these are insane. Insane. Knight. Okay, so I got to get rid of that. I mean, you can't let this knight stay there, right? Like, you can't. Exactly. You would lose the game if that knight got there. So, takes, and then this makes it a draw. Well, maybe not. But, I mean, I have better chances now. Yeah, put the queen in the center. Okay, he's hitting the rook. Do you have a check? Cute little check there. Okay, whatever. Who cares? Okay, that is an annoying check. Maybe rook a8. Maybe I just do it anyway. Rook g8. Interesting. Rook d8. Rook a8. Rook a anything. 8. Okay, besides b8, obviously. Okay, rook g8. Queen c6. And we have a rook in game, which they say all the rook in games are drawn. Now, obviously, you have to draw it. You have to draw it. But he found the right way to do it. Yeah, he pushed his boy out. Okay, hold on. Back up here. Back up here. This one right here, though. Pushes. So this is right? Okay, and then he goes here, which is kind of annoying. So he steps here to defend. Nothing happens. Check. We attack the pawn. Oh, now this is easy. Now this is an easy Philidor position. Where we're going to put the rook on a 3rd rank or 6th rank defense at the right moment to stop his king. Once he pushes, we go to the back and we check into oblivion. And it's always a draw. Always. That's how you do it. No problem, chess lover. Perfect. And then the last game here, I was definitely rooting for him. I mean, they have to play anyway, right? They have to play anyway. But, it would have been nice to see a peaceful draw, honestly, between them, because I'm rooting for both of them. Fabi and Hikaru, honestly, Hikaru in that order, it would be Hikaru, Fabi. Shout out to my guy, Hikaru, always. I'm Team Hikaru for the show. But Fabi will be my second choice. So, I'm kind of bummed, right? Hikaru lost. But it is what it is. It's only one game. And, I was rooting for Fabi too, but, it's whatever. So, this was Roy. Fabi came swinging. He was swinging, though. He was swinging, but we got to see. I think Hikaru's only moment where he went wrong, I think, was casting or something, right? I think that's what they said in post-game or something. So I was watching some stuff on it. But, okay, so this is honestly all theory stuff. I think something was off, though. Something was off, they said in the opening. Because I'm like, I don't actually even play this as black. But knight b3, it was supposed to be knight d7 or some was different. He said, thanks for the follow. I'm like, oh, okay. Black pieces against Fabi. Well, I mean, it is what it is. You know, look, it's tough, man. This knight a5 move was annoying. He plays rook b8, right? So he defends. Bishop g5, h6, g5. I always love to see this. Rooting for the half man tomorrow. Half man, half everything else, right? He did a recap on his YouTube channel. Oh, I gotta go check that too. I gotta go check that. Shout out to him too, bro. We might link that for ours so y'all can go check his recap too of this game personally, because yeah, I was watching this, and I'm actually not the biggest E5 fan. He's very nice, obviously, with the Berlins too. He got so many nasty games with this E5. So knight to D7, right? He can virtually play anything, but D4, strong stuff. I think one of the greatest Roy Lopez players is Fabi. Fabi actually got a new book. In fact, which we about to cover. I think I just spoiled that for y'all. I just spoiled that. We do have a forward chess Roy Lopez that we doing. It's the Fabi book. So we actually are going to be covering five-part series here on YouTube for that. Five. We're covering Fabi's book, 5 little chapters, not chapters, but 5 pieces out of the book, where we're gonna actually look at his Roy Lopez book. But here he's very nice with the Roy, and obviously Hikaru's very nice against the Roy. In fact. But okay, Hikaru said Rook A move was the point. Rook B8 move was the point when he decided to go away from prep. Interesting. Okay, Kasparov, greatest Roy player of all time. That's a great question. I actually don't know who that would be. D4, F6. And here you can already start to highlight, you know, some of the squares are a little weak, but honestly, I mean, we're fine. Your pieces are not that active as white. So I can do this. Plus, I mean, Hikaru has so much experience with these King's Indian type positions. And I got that vibe with G5, H6, E5, Castle. I mean, we love these type of, you know, KID players. Like, we love this. Like, we cool with this. H5, like, I'm with this all day. You know what I mean? Castle Queenside was the main move, apparently. Rook B8 avoided Fabi's prep. Ah, right here. So back here, 95 instead of castling, it was something else. Oh yeah, we can run 130. However, let me finish this last one here. But then after 95, right? 95, castle queenside. Well, thanks for the bits too, bro. Yeah, castle queenside. Wow, I wonder what his prep was. Because this is such a logical move. But you know what? I would avoid his prep too, bro. I'm gonna avoid his prep too. Chaz definitely just linked it in there. Chaz, send it to me on Discord too, so I can put it in the description, so people can definitely catch Hikaru's recap too of him looking at this game, and him talking about it, because I'm definitely gonna watch it. But casting queen style, I'm very curious to see what he did or what his prep would be. And okay, you want to avoid definitely some prep, obviously. Fisher once recommended 95 in memorable 60 games in Spanish Exchange. Wow. Better next year. Well, you got a game tomorrow, in fact, pretty hard. So if you're watching or paying attention to the candidates, there is a lot of games. 14 games. I think there's 14 games, right? I think there's 14 games, but there's only one game, right? And this was the black pieces, so whatever. Got white tomorrow. But we get to this position, right? Takes, knight takes. Bishop takes, pawn takes, and knight c4. And he didn't trade. He went rook d8, which I like, because you know trading would be so bad for the bishop on d6. So we have a position. I mean, we got a real game here. So I wonder. Well, you can't get away with this yet. So he hits. Wow, he hit both the pawns. How would you play this? Well, after this, now I'm honestly kind of annoyed because my king's in the center. The only thing I'm annoyed by is my king's in the center, and if I want to play aggressive here or have my pawns like this, h6, g5, well, I need stuff to attack, right? And my king needs to be safe. This is literally the only difference in this position. And I think, you know, I remember thinking back when I'm looking at this game of like, why did Hikaru lose this game? Really, I was thinking that. I'm like, how did he lose this game? Because like he didn't like blunder. Like it wasn't like a huge blunder. You know what I mean? Like it was just a problem that his king was in the center. So it gave, and then when he castled, his king was still sort of weaker than white's king, which just gave him better prospects. Literally that simple of a margin. That was it. It was just a simple margin like that, bro. It wasn't nothing big. That's hard at that level too, right? Like it's literally simple margin like that. G4, right? So he hits the knight, and I think even here is still fine. Still fine. Monster prep. No, I don't think this wasn't prep. This was actually all off the head, right? As we were mentioning, there was mentioning Castle Queenside was probably Fabi's prep. Rook B8 was avoiding his prep there, which I don't know. Maybe Fabi did prep Rook B8 still too, though. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. But definitely, I'm sure he probably prepped castles there. And then B3. And honestly, I think here they was off the head. This was more like really, I'm playing a position. I'm playing a position in games here. And also really improving. Move like C4, which he ends up playing. But he plays F3 to, I think, weaken the king a little bit more. And taking is very not appealing for you. It also weakens this pawn. I thought F3 was really good. Try to chip at the pawn chain here. Very nice stuff. We played Queen G7. Pawn takes. So now we got the 2-on-1. Your bishop kind of has to chill here. And then, right, we see Rook D1. Simple move. D5. I think this is a good move, but it also allows now what we call the hanging pawn structure. Where these are like, both of these are isolated pawns that are together. That's basically what hanging pawns are. Isolated pawns that are together. So if you push one, then one other one becomes super weak and the holes around it becomes very bad. So you push this one, dark squares might be weak, but you can't push it again because that's going to hang. You push this one, light squares become weak, and if you push that one, then this one could be weak. But I mean, it's difficult. How do you get them rolling? This is problematic, right? This is crazy. It's honestly really, really tough here. But you could push these, maybe Rook E8. It's difficult. It's very difficult. Queen C7, I can't do yet. Queen G5, maybe trading. Rook C8. There's a lot to think about. And he used his time too, bro. It was so sweet seeing Hikaru in the zone, bro. He was like thinking, bro. He was thinking. All right, that's what he's thinking. Hold on, we're gonna watch it afterwards. Trying to be observant. Probably actually G4 pawn. Yeah, the G4 pawn is like a problem, right? If we had this pawn back here, or here, or here, or here, it's like, oh shoot, I'm fine. Like, it's good. I'm all right. As soon as further up, it makes it difficult. E4, and they can't go backwards. And then now it's bishop versus knight, where the bishop is blocked by the pawns right now. So he traded. Okay, I like this though. No, I mean, not that I like this, but I feel a little better. C4. Okay, after that though. Well, okay. Gotta do what we gotta do. So we gotta take it, right? Oops, sorry. Let's go back a lot of moves. In fact, a lot of moves. Wow, a lot of moves. Okay, assuming Rook E8. Taking is just terrible, I'm assuming. Yeah, I think he just takes here, right? Taking that's hanging. Yikes. Man, and like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, so what's the Ninja say best move is? Queen F6? What does this even do? What does this even do? I guess the idea of Queen F6 is after taking, you can't take twice. That's the whole idea because of Queen F2. Well, I mean, it's just weird. It's weird. I guess. Probably Rook E8. Another move is G3 and Queen G6. Yeah, some puzzle rush Queen F2 stuff. Right, that's like, come on, that's hard, man. It's hard to do. They play Rook E8 though. Yikes! And White just has a slightly better position. Like the pieces, right? You got targets, and the king's weak. Tough game, bro. Honestly, just a tough game. They play Queen E5. I remember seeing this, and I saw the little shuffle. What's wrong with Rook E6? I'm assuming he calculated this. I know he did. Queen H4. Okay, what's wrong with Rook E6? Interesting. So it is a move. But they went back Queen G7. Yikes, that's a really bad move, apparently. So Rook E6, Rook E7. Well, that doesn't like hit anything. But okay. So tough to play practically. No, for real, it's really practically hard to play this. Queen G7. Okay, Queen D6. Yeah, he's hitting the bishop. That's active, but I gotta move it. Knight here, and then he gets the knight active. Okay, we stopped the square. He played G3. And this one, I was trying to understand, what is the main threat? Obviously, knight F5. But if we go, okay, oh, the pawn's hanging. Every line. Okay, so what about, but then what does this do? Well, it does stop. Okay, what's wrong with this? The idea here is if I do anything else, right, he takes the pawn. But if I go here, I'm assuming, wait, just rook f1? What's wrong with queen g5? Okay, so what's wrong with queen g5? Queen g3. Bishop d7? Rook d1. He's just better. He's just better. But I mean, okay, it's holding. Queen g5 is literally a move. Okay, so it's a move. Played g3 though, and that was it. Dang, g3 was just it. Dang. That's tough. How much time did he have here too? Yeah, he got down to like 5 minutes. You're getting into the time where like you're like, yo, I just gotta move, and I understand that. G3 takes. Oh, but he's still here. Yeah, super hard for both sides, right? It's a crazy game. Queen g7. Queen d6. He went back and forth a little bit. And that did it. He's playing without a piece here. You know, he's playing with down a piece. And look at the difference, right? The difference is just the king's safety. I have nothing around my king. He has a lot of stuff. Yeah, he repeated it a little bit. I mean, he could have held. Rook e7 would have held, apparently. Rook e7 holds. No, but this looked more practical. Like, a good move. I mean, you really about to allow the knight to swing in there too? Sheesh. It still went in there. Like, anyway. He didn't even care about nothing. Man, he took the pawn too? Jeez. Yeah, and this was it. I remember watching this part. Yeah, and that's a wrap. And he went down this game. So, okay, Hikaru goes down. It happens. Check his summary, brutal lines. Oh, we're going to link that. We're definitely going to link that, guys. Make sure y'all watching that, too. So, we dropping this, obviously, for our recap on YouTube here, covering all the games, looking at our games here today. So, of course, tomorrow will be in the morning, 9 a.m. in the morning, guys. So, make sure y'all ready. Look, it's going to be hype. I hope y'all ready for the candidates. I'm ready. Everybody ready. Round 2. Let's see the lineups. Who got who? Who got who? Let's go. So we got Richard Rapport and Ali Reza. So they matching up tomorrow. We got Ali Reza playing black, Richard Rapport playing white. Ooh, I can't wait to see what he played with white. That's gonna be cool. Hikaru playing Timur. Hikaru trying to swing off of L there. Timur is strong, man. I hope he can just swing tomorrow. Hikaru can get a dub. Let's get it. And then we got Jan and Fabi. Let's go. Let's go. Fabi take a dub here, hopefully. And then Ding Loren and Duda. That's gonna be an interesting matchup. Very interesting there. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice to see. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube. We'll see you on the next video.